Hi guys. I roped Mark into doing this.
Literally just sprung this on me right now.
So we don't really know what we're talking about, but some people have often commented on us just asking how we do this, how we have the relationship we have, and just some tips and talking about good communication, which I'm not doing right now. I'm not having good communication because I can't speak right now for some reason. And just like how to navigate all the craziness of life with a partner when you have to coexist together and you're a totally different individual to who I am, and sometimes it's challenging.
Totally. I'm also finding it really challenging to be looking at
Yourself?
myself
Are you
while
like
we're having
being
this thing.
self-critical?
No, I'm just a little, it's a little like I'm talking to myself.
Well, why don't you look at me and I'll look at you?
Okay,
See, I'm not looking at me at all
but
now.
now I'm looking at me.
Okay, stop looking at yourself.
I'm just gonna look off, and then maybe, but okay.
Okay.
All the stuff the common stuff that most people already know, right? Communication is key. You just said,
Yeah.
but just being real, like really being, and when I say being real, being revealing, really revealing yourself to your partner is important. And I think that a lot of people in relationships are dealing with some type of past trauma and they're bringing that to the relationship. And so the majority of people, we have moments of making a lot of fear-based decisions and thinking like, well, if I say this or if I say how I really feel, they're not going to love me or they're going to run away or they'll think they're going to judge me or they're going to think I'm stupid and I think if we all take a moment to realize that that's everyone's experience, it should create this kind of calming effect to know, okay, we're all having the same experience, and so let's keep it real. And I think you and I do a really good job of that. I think
For the most part.
For the most part, we have our moments, but I think that
We've come a long way, though.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that we were really in a place where we were having that kind of level of communication. Obviously, when we first got together, we weren't. We were figuring out how to co-parent and do all sorts of things. We kind of jumped in very fast and we're getting to know each other. And then, of course, now we have 2 more children. And I think in relationship, sometimes what I find challenging is when you have such a busy life, whether you're a parent like us or you just have a job that you're always at or you're seeing your friends, creating and carving out that time to have those moments of reconnection with your partner, I think is integral, and we could do a better job of that.
Totally. What preceded this video was me being like, "Oh, babe, can you give me a hug?
Like, are you interested in any physical contact at all?
Please, can you come over here?" Yeah, that's important. You gotta carve out, especially when you have children. You gotta carve out time, date nights, not even just date nights. Take 5 minutes to just go aside, just one-on-one, look each other in the eyes, and reconnect.
Mark always talks about the real intimacy. Do you want to talk about your definition of what real intimacy is?
Well, that was part of what I was saying before, is being actually really revealing and really, really honest. And obviously that starts with being honest with yourself, doing a lot of work on yourself to be really clear about what are the things that you actually value, not what you think other people think you should value. What are your real passions? And just because all those things are things that are make you more comfortable in your own skin, and you get that feeling of like, oh, okay, I know myself. And once you fully know yourself and you love yourself and respect yourself, then you can actually be revealing to your partner in a way that's authentic. And when you're authentic and your real self with your partner, then you're going to have real intimacy. And that takes a willingness to be really vulnerable and open.
There's nothing like being super vulnerable and being held by your partner in that way. And I know that Mark holds the space for me to be, being really cute, to be vulnerable. And, you know, I probably wouldn't be described by my friends as someone who's very vulnerable.
Well, it's funny, you touched on this too, right, babe? Like, I think we all experience this, right? When you're first getting to know someone, when you're in that
best version.
when you're in that courtship period with someone, you're putting your best stuff forward, and then you find yourself, if that works and the attraction's there, and you make a decision to be in a relationship with someone, then you start to see, oh, they got this, or you start these kind of these masks come off maybe, and you start to reveal your bad habits, your fears, and you're in this state of like reflecting these things back and forth between one another, and then you have a choice, you have an opportunity there, right? Some people see that stuff and they think, I gotta go. And sometimes that may be the case. It's just like not going to work out. But what we've found is we've gotten to those points and we're like, oh, this is hard.
This is where the good stuff is.
But this is where it's good, because we actually really do love each other. And we're going to keep going. We're going to lean into this a little bit further, because we tell ourselves this too. Like, any hardship or disagreement or fight is always an opportunity to grow and become closer.
To go deeper.
Yeah, like that's where, even when we get into a nasty fight, we're both triggered and we're in these like kind of low vibrational states, I'll like conjure up in me to remember, put a little thing in the back of my head where I'm like, we're gonna get closer after this,
That's helpful.
And we do.
Yeah. So I think for us the key is really holding the space for one another, because it's so easy in our lives when you have so many things going on, all the self-imposed busyness I constantly talk about, to just have those moments to check in, even if it's just 5 minutes. And I'm reminding myself of this because I know this guy always says that I never do. I'm go, go, go. I'm like an Energizer bunny, and I don't ever slow down. So it's just taking those moments to check in with one another and show each other how important they are. Like, I don't know if I tell you enough how meaningful you are in my life, and I want to make sure I'm carving out the time to do that and show you how grateful I am. And I love having a partner. It's so nice. When you're a partner, when you're a team, you have to have that beautiful open line of communication so that you can conquer anything that comes your way, any hardship. And I feel really safe, and I'm excited because I know I get to do life with him. So anything that flies at me that feels really overwhelming and scary, I can come to him and say, oh, here's my like emotional baggage. I'm just gonna dump that and let's like weed through this together. There's comfort in that, and I really love it, but not all relationships go that deep. And so that's why I'm saying force yourself to go deeper within your relationship. Don't settle for surfacey. Get into the gritty, the nuts and bolts, the stuff that feels uncomfortable, because that's really where the magic lies.
That's beautiful.
Really?
I got a little tear in my eye.
Oh, that's really cute. I love you.
I love you too.
Okay, so I sprung this on Mark, so I should let him get back to work. But we love you guys.
Love you guys.
Mark's chest says, keep going.
Mm-hmm. Where's it at?
I think it's that one. Oh, I love you, keep going. I love you, keep going. All right, guys. Whoop, almost showed my bra. Okay, bye. Mwah.